Facebook really said we don't give a damn how many people follow you.
Alright, so let me add that to the story.
Yay.
And we got mics and we are good to go.
No dying, please.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Hi everybody. So we had some technical difficulties. Apparently Instagram wants you to have 1,000 followers.
Which is bullshit.
Right. So let's figure out how we're gonna go live on Instagram Live for In Process, or if we're gonna have to move it to something else. But we are on Little Mix Bunny's account, so we're gonna go there. If we're already on there, I'm gonna go ahead and put that message on the In Process page. We are also on the In Process Facebook page. If you just put in Process, look for like a teal looking ball thing, you will find us. We are going live there as well. So we have 2 places to watch, but unfortunately the In Process Instagram page does not work. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and start to send out messages telling people where to go.
I'll leave those on for now. How y'all doing? Welcome to Wendy Williams. How you doing?
Alrighty.
In today's news, it's cold, and every drag queen over the summer who said, I miss winter so I can do drag in the cold, fuck you. I miss summer drag.
That's great. Alright. I'm going to put another message. Say cheese, you're so cute. Alright.
What makes this additionally funny is that I cannot see any of the little chats that are going on fully. I can only see that some of them are happening, and it's so funny.
So I'll flip it around so we can see it a little bit. These are all like things. Let me go back to In Process.
Screaming, are you? I think my partner is streaming from 2 different devices right now.
Right. All right.
Bitch, that's fucking iconic to have somebody love you so deep that you would stream on 2 separate apps to watch. I love that.
And I'll link the Facebook as well. Alright, well, this will be recorded, so, you know, there should be some way to get it onto the In Process page, or maybe like an In Process YouTube.
Ooh.
So, I mean, I knew going into it there were going to be, like, little things.
But that's okay.
That's a big thing that they, like, dumped on us, though. Like,
Right?
That was not the reality.
Like, I don't know when that
Like a month ago.
happened.
So let me flip around the computer and then we can talk to people. Hi everybody, so hang tight. We're about to get started. I'm going to do a little pre-interview with Little Mix Bunny, who has so graciously had around 1,500 followers, so we can do this. And then we're just going to have a mix. That's all I want. I just want to see people mix.
And
So
in the meantime, do you want me to play a little? Like, just
let me just flip around the computer so we can see people.
I'll work, yeah.
And they're going to be yapping.
Yappa, yappa, yappa. One of my personal earworms recently has been this, I think it was a Kenyan politician that in the middle of like a press meeting said to a press person, you know, you go yappa, yappa, yappa with your mouth like a rat. Shut it. I keep wanting to say that so bad, but I know damn well no one's going to understand this reference from a damn Kenyan government official.
Hilarious. All right, 1 second. All right, so Hi, everybody. So, thank you so much for joining. I am Jeremiah James. You might have seen me flailing around on some dance floors here in Rochester and Buffalo. I also do photography for club stuff, and recently I've been doing a lot of like drag photography. It just kind of happened, but it started with Little Mix Bunny.
Which is so crazy.
Right, like you were the first like drag queen that I think I like actually photographed
That makes my heart really
and got
happy.
money for. So it's kind of fun because it's like two forms of performance.
Yeah.
You're like DJing, but then you also have like drag queen DJs, and so you have Draglesque you've talked about.
Yes, I do.
What would be DJ drag?
Ooh. I feel like my brain immediately went like drag mixer, but I feel like that doesn't sound as cool as Draglesque.
Drag mixer. That sounds good though.
It does.
Kind of like crossfader, cross dresser.
Ooh.
Like there's something in there that definitely we could do.
I feel like that's the new way to reclaim crossdresser.
Yeah.
Is just if you're a cross-dressing DJ.
Or you're just faded the whole time you're cross-dressing, cross-faded. I don't
Well,
know.
always.
It's getting corny. So we are definitely waiting for more people to migrate over from the in-process page. So I'm going to keep posting there. I'm going to do a post there saying to go there. While I do that, Issa, maybe just like kind of walk us through sort of your journey as Little Mix Bunny, and then maybe how that started. I don't know if you DJ'd first or if like you tied your drag into that, like how exactly that worked for you. Just kind of go for that.
So it definitely started with burlesque first and then drag. I initially went into it thinking I had to be the very like hoity-toity cis woman, I'm Jessica Rabbit type burlesque. And then I realized I'm a little too gay and a little too weird for that. So I wandered more into drag, but burlesque never left. Burlesque always stayed a part of it because I knew they could not separate. So Little Mix Bunny has just always been a creature of stripping and being sensual, but also being silly and campy and sometimes a little gross, and I love that.
How would you like when I think about drag? I think of like a very specific sort of thing. I know there's like different subgenres of drag.
Yeah.
How is there like key differences between burlesque and drag? Because I know drag is more like makeup and stuff, and burlesque I think of like, what was that Cher movie? She's like Watushi Wagon.
Oh my god, the fucking Christina Aguilera
Yeah.
burlesque, yeah.
I can't. So I think of that, and obviously there's not, there's like outfits and stuff,
Yeah.
but there isn't like makeup. So like, what are some? How would you differentiate the two?
Yeah, so I would definitely differentiate it first by like kind of the definition of burlesque, that it's the art of the tease. So its roots are in strip tease and the idea of taking off your clothes sensually and with a fun and interesting fashion. And it has a lot of like elements and roots in circus history as well.
Okay.
So it's definitely a little bit more on like the dancing and performing end, where I think what differentiates burlesque from drag is the lip syncing aspect. Not a lot of burlesque dancers lip sync, and actually quite a lot of older burlesque legends think that lip syncing is like not ever should be involved in burlesque.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
banana to me, because if you're telling a story on stage, I don't give a damn how you tell it to me as long as you tell it to me well. And if that involves lip syncing, then that's cool. And that's always where I kind of had issues when I was just doing burlesque, because I didn't realize how much my burlesque was inspired by drag until I started doing it, and people were like, "Why are you lip syncing?"
Oh, that
We
makes
didn't
sense.
ask for that.
So like when you do burlesque, you just kind of dance to the music.
Yeah.
There's no there. Can you sing live? I feel like you
You
sing live.
can. Some
Okay.
people do, and they do it amazingly,
Okay.
but a lot of people don't.
All right. I was just wondering because I'm like I know like I've only seen burlesque like in portrayals in like movies and TV. I like the you mentioned what's her name? Was it Jojo Rabbit or
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit? Yeah. Which I was just telling my friend I need to see that movie. I've never seen Who Framed Roger
Oh
Rabbit.
my goodness.
So maybe we should do like some sort of
Oh, absolutely.
like viewing of that. Let me try to do like a post on here that actually is in the
you're good.
feed. So I'm gonna just try to tell people like go here.
Yeah, so I started drag and burlesque and doing the draglesque thing. And honestly, I do feel like once I gave into that being more of my identity on stage is when things started actually working out. and I felt like I was fighting with myself less to figure out who Little Mix Bunny was. And through that, I've always had an interest in DJing. I was always just too chicken shit. And never thought.
It is scary.
It's very scary, especially because the closest experience I had with it was like I was always the person in my family that whenever we had a party or anything, I was put in the corner to play music. And like I was the person in the car that would sort through all the CDs, or eventually would like make playlists on my iPod that we'd play during road
Bust
trips.
out the aux cord.
Yes.
So I'm old enough to remember when you would put in the cassette thing into there, and then it just like had the the audio go through it. So you were like a passenger DJ.
Oh, absolutely.
Or you were driving. I shouldn't assume you're a passenger princess. I'm a passenger princess.
I'm full on a passenger princess, and it's fine. And then in college, I ran a very secret, because I didn't tell anybody about it, and it ran at 3 a.m, a college radio show. Where I would like put together a playlist and very like radio-esque DJing, not actually mixing. But it was one of the first times that I really was like, damn, I wish I had a mixer, because I totally would if I could right now. Then COVID happened. I graduated and started doing the bunny shit. And my want to DJ kept coming back, because now I was in more clubs and more bars and was hearing what people were playing. And both in good and bad, I was like, damn, I wish I could be playing this. Or if I could play something, I'd play this. And instead of bitching, I just became a DJ.
You do it.
And tried to learn, because I sure as shit wasn't going to judge anybody about their DJing until I could say that I knew what I was doing and actually knew how to complain about it properly.
Yeah, I think there's always that kind of element of like, if you're going to be hating on DJs, like just do it yourself. Yeah. And then once you're up there, you're like, okay, like now I have to actually fucking do this. Like I have to actually know how to do this. And it's not easy.
It's not.
And then also I kind of have like this thing where I'm like, that was really way worse in my head than it was out there. And what's funny is I'd actually seen a drag queen that was like, bitch, like nobody knows what you're doing or when you fuck up in drag. And I was like, that's kind of like DJing too. Like nobody really knows.
No one knows.
Like the other DJs know. They might hear you like kind of drift or train wreck a little bit.
But that's not.
Like,
and if they get it, they're not gonna. It'll be something that they might be like, that's funny, and then move on.
Right. And then also, you kind of have that thing where it's like, because you know how hard it is to DJ, then you're like, okay, like I can empathize if this isn't going my way.
Absolutely.
So. All right. That's all I really got. So I'm going to keep telling people to go to your personal page. Hopefully people see you on here. I just kind of want to give a little bit of intro to this, and we're just going to hop on the deck. So basically, In Process, which is the page at Streaming in Process, is going to be hosting live mixes. It's all going to be local to like the Rochester, Buffalo area. Maybe I'll meet some Syracuse peeps. It is meant to definitely foster underground music. We're not looking at like top 40 stuff here. We're kind of looking for the deep cuts and the things that maybe, are kind of like a little out there, a little weird. And I also wanted to get away from this idea of like a DJ performance, because we're basically in a position where we have to perform. And I get it. Like that's the deal. That's what you sign up for. You're getting paid. But I'm like, what if you could just play? What if you could just enjoy it? And that's what a lot of that's pretty much what we're doing when we're not performing out in the community. So I'm never going to call these performances. These are always going to be sessions.
I love that.
I want to give DJs the freedom to play whatever they want, whatever tempo they don't. If you don't want to beat match, just do fade in, fade out. If you're like, I didn't like that fucking track, just
move on.
Yeah, just move on. Basically the idea is it's a little bit like you said, like radio-ish. But if you want to go full on, like, super heavy and super, like, I don't want to use the word professional, but like if you want to do, like a full 2-3 hour mix, we're going to be looking into that, what we can do. All of this internet streaming stuff is very finicky. Like we learned, Instagram doesn't like it if you don't have enough followers. I literally tried this stream not that long ago and it worked just fine. And I guess they just added that. So hopefully we can look at new avenues and things like that.
So Mr. Zuckerberg, I'm coming for you. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, seriously. Because, there's always this like kind of thing too about like being forced to be on these platforms. I certainly would like other platforms, that aren't just trying to drain every last penny out of you.
Yeah.
So definitely now that we've had this issue with Instagram, we're probably going to look into like Twitch and things like that. So, I'm going to see what I can do. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to turn off the mics and move them out of the way, and we are going to have a mix from Little Mix Bunny.
I'm so excited.